मनोराज योगी योग के मार्ग पर बुलाते
Okay, sure. Okay. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Can I get everyone's attention, please? What a wonderful time to be meeting today. I'm Sister Jenna from the Brahma Kumaris in Washington, D.C. We're all gathered together to have a wonderful time with Sister Shivani. So your silence and your presence and time with her is going to be so powerful. So the more you create the vibration of peace and love, the more we can receive from her. There is an angel in the hall with wings. She'll be traveling around. Feel free to connect to the angel, feeling the light that is within you. As we wait for Sister Shivani to arrive and we prepare for this time together, I would like to invite Brother Surab from Indianapolis to bring us into a devotional moment of music. And then you will also get a chance to watch some videos of the work of the Brahma Kumaris. Also, a little secret, can I tell you? Can you send vibrations so the traffic opens up for Sister Shivani? There are so many of you coming today that she's got a little stuck there. So, Sarabai, please come and sing everyone into God's light, into God's world, and look at the person next to you and say, Om Shanti. Can I get a louder Om Shanti? That was beautiful. Here is Brother Sarab. Enjoy.
Okay. Om Shanti. Let us all take a moment to appreciate this beautiful gathering and connect with the divine. Jyoti Bindu Paramatma se hai meri Atma अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू ओ आनंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण। हे आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे, तू सारा जीवन। ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। हे मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज नहा ले। ओ परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बनकर तू शुभ वर पाले। ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, हो जा मन में मगन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, 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 अब चल कर ले मिलन। ओम शांति। थैंक यू।
Wasn't he beautiful? Put another big hand. That was beautiful. Can we get one more song? He's so lovely, please.
तेरी नगरी में आकर भगवन हो रहा सुखद एहसास। तेरी नगरी में आकर भगवन हो रहा सुखद एहसास। बस तू है मेरे पास यहाँ और मैं हूँ तेरे पास। तेरी नगरी में आकर भगवन हो रहा सुखद एहसास। तेरा मेरा साथ यहाँ सच में कितना सुहाना। मैं चमकूं यहाँ पर सूरज बन, मैं चमकूं जैसे तारा। तेरा मेरा साथ यहाँ सच में कितना है प्यारा। तू चमके जैसे सूरज यहाँ मैं चमकूं जैसे तारा तेरी असीम स्नेह का हो रहा आभास तेरी नगरी में आकर भगवन हो रहा सुखद एहसास तेरी नगरी में आकर भगवन हो रहा सुखद एहसास हो रहा सुखद एहसास हो रहा सुखद एहसास थैंक यू शांति
Thank you, Brother Sarab. As you can see, the atmosphere and the vibrations for today, you felt the love and the beauty of the music, didn't you? And so, what I'd like to do is to introduce a video that will be played now. And in the video, we'll give you some insights. I am just curious to know how many of you knew about the Brahma Kumaris before Sister Shivani? Hands up. Good number. And how many of you came to know about the Brahma Kumaris after Sister Shivani? Hands up. Almost half and half. Wonderful. For those of you who are not much aware of the work of the Brahma Kumaris, hopefully this video will give you an idea. But in essence, it's just about spiritual empowerment. It's about making you more positive, more elevated, and able to deal with your relationships. So could we get the video to give a little example? Now? Uh-huh. Thank you.
Living values produces greatness in and gives significance to human life. Today, to some degree, human life drifts without direction and meaning. Over the last 8 decades, the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University has been working to uplift society with living values produces greatness in and gives significance to human life. Today, to some degree, human life drifts without direction and meaning. Over the last 8 decades, the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University has been working to uplift society with living values. The Om Mandali group was planted to Dada Lekhraj, and the seed of the Om Mandali group was planted. Dada had always had deep faith in God, and due to his intense desire to experience God, the Supreme himself granted divine visions to Dada. He was given the name Prajapita Brahma and was made responsible for the establishment of the new era. And people started joining the Om Mandali. Recognizing the true potential of women, Brahma Baba entrusted the leadership of the organization to them. Following the India and Pakistan partition, in 1950, all Mandali relocated to Mount Abu, Rajasthan, and thereafter members stepped forward to serve society both within India and overseas. This organization became known as the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University. On January the 18th, 1969, the organization's founding father, Brahma Baba, passed away. The running of the organization was handed to Dadi Prakashmani, and due to her proficient leadership, the university has spread across the world, and its 9,000 branches in 133 countries have taken the form of a vast Shree. Pandav Bhavan at Mount Abu, India, is the international headquarters of the organization. To build a values-based society, conferences and seminars at national and international levels are organized with lasting impact. In the year 1981, the university received recognition as a non-governmental organization at the United Nations. In 1986, the UN honored the Brahma Kumaris with 7 Peace Messenger Awards. For the spiritual empowerment of society, the knowledge of Raj Yoga is given without charge to everyone. Departments such as Women's Wing, Youth Wing, Media Wing, Medical Wing, and Education Wing have been established over the last 3 decades for the spiritual upliftment of various sectors of society. Following the passing of Dadi Prakashmani ji, Raj Yogini Dadi Janki ji was appointed as the new administrative head, with Raj Yogini Dadi Hirde Mohini ji and Raj Yogini Dadi Ratan Mohini ji as additional administrative heads. These 3 shining stars of spirituality are leading the organization with great success. Regardless of religion, caste, age, and language, anyone can receive great benefit from this spiritual knowledge. To date, millions have stepped out of their limited belief systems with the elevated feeling of one world family and are creating a new values-based society. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Give a big hand. For the last 87 years, the sisters and the brothers of the Brahma Kumaris has been tirelessly trying to bring positivity and spirituality in the world. There are 9,000 centers in 110 countries. Sister Shivani is a product of the spiritual teachings of the Brahma Kumaris. And because she has studied so intently, she is who she is. And one of the things about Sister Shivani is she wishes the same for you. She wants you to be able to go out with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and to be able to elevate them. For over 60 something years, Didi Mohini has led this movement and has inspired us to stay principle based, peaceful, generous, kind, loving. Didi Mohini can be seen with heads of countries and children playing the ball. These are the elders Shivani Ben and myself have been grown with. We have watched our elders teach us how to be noble and good citizens. And so I would like to give you an introductory message of Didi Mohini, our spiritual head and the spiritual pillar of the Brahma Kumaris. Please enjoy her message.
I am so happy to welcome you all here to attend a very beautiful session with Sister Shivani. I represent Brahma Kumaris, which was founded in 1937,
Could we
and it
turn it up a little,
has all
please?
over the world in 110 countries, more than 10,000 branches. At every branch, at every service place, there are classes for meditation, including understanding of spiritual knowledge, helping to inculcate values and virtues in life, and become a good instrument to serve the humanity all over the world. Teachings are for everyone without any definitions for either from a religion or race or gender. It's for everyone. And the life changes completely. It is the time we are all thinking together here. It is the time where there is very deep inner seeking of peace and inner power. Whatever is happening in the world around us, stay very calm, stay very peaceful. Observe it, watch it, but also it's very important to gain inner strength to do that. And to get inner strength, we need to have connection with the source, with the creator, with the supreme, one who has all the powers. Through my thoughts, I connect and understand my relationship with my creator, one who is eternal, one who is bestower. And more I connect with one supreme, there will be inner power, inner peace, not only inner strength, but lot of stability, security. And I think that is most needed at this time. And this experience of being with Supreme helps us to come out of our habit of worrying and concerns. But we always remember that, no, I have to be with God, with Father, but also have awareness of my own being as eternal, immortal, a being of light, and also being of power. So my mind, my intellect, instead of connecting with circumstances, people, situations, I connect them with the Supreme. And I start taking love, peace, happiness, joy, understanding, all the powers. And that is what is the need of time. And we are fortunate to have Sister Shivani with us. And definitely her words will enlighten all of us. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Please have a seat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. And so the message from Didi Mohini, as I mentioned to you, these elder instruments of the Brahma Kumaris have planted such a powerful seed instruments like Sister Shivani has been born to help us to get closer to ourselves, to help us to get closer to God. I'd like to invite the hall. Can you hold a minute of silence, please? Please. I'd like you to just sit in a moment of Om Shanti to acknowledge your inner peace and your purity and your power. It will not be possible for you to receive the energy God is transmitting through Sister Shivani if you're not opened in the process of giving and taking of your peace and your love in the room. So I'm inviting you to really hold that stillness today. Beautiful. Thank you so much. As we move on, it gives me a great delight, humble privilege on behalf of the Brahma Kumaris in the Atlanta area to give thanks to the Shakthi Mandir and their tireless volunteers for their hard work and selfless service helping to put this event together. Can I please invite the whole hall to express their thanks and appreciation with a big round of applause? It is so rare that you get organizations and institutions to work together with other organizations for a good cause and selflessly. We deeply, deeply appreciate your kind contribution. So as we move forward, I would like to begin to request everyone, can I see your cell phones, please? I just might take them away from you if you don't silence them. So could you just silence your cell phones for me, please? We would really appreciate no interruptions during the time with Sister Shivani and the family. Okay? All phones are silenced? Promise? For sure? Okay. I believe you. All right. So we have this beautiful dance that's going to come up shortly, and it's Kathak. And let me just find the names of them. It was just beautiful. I mean, they the names are sorry, they're from the Kalashram in USA. Anurag Sham is the founder and the artistic director and master teacher of the Kalashram in USA. Our performers today that are coming out to perform for us is Aryari Argawal, Kavya Salvi, Rhea Sridavatsa, and the Rhythm Chowdhury. Please put a big hand for these dancers for us. Thank you. Please come on up in the middle here, right here.
वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी धर 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 मुरलिया धर भर भर स्वर मधुर मधुर धर 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 मुरलिया धर भर भर स्वर मधुर मधुर कर कर नटवर स्वरूप सुंदर सुखकारी वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी घन 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 बाजत ताल ठुम 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 चलत चाल घन 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 बाजत ताल ठुम 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 चलत चाल चरण छन 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 निजा पानी मापा रे मा मारे पामा निपा निजा पानी जा पानी जा पानी जा पानी जा पानी जा पानी जा चरण छन 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 नूपुर धुन प्यारी वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी वद 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 वदन चंद हस 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 हसन मंद वद 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 वदन चंद हस 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 हसन मंद ब्रह्मानंद नंद नंदन बलिहारी वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी 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 वृंदावन कुंज भवन नाचत गिरिधारी नाचत गिरिधारी नाचत गिरिधारी आ आ ना नो
I think they deserve a bigger round of applause. Please go to Sister Shivani. Please go and take lots of loving vibrations. And now we have the candle lighting ceremony to take place. And I would like to invite Mr. Kartik Bhatt from the Governor's Office, Mr. Kandaswamy Raju from the India Consulate. Could you please come up? Where are you? Daksha and Jenti from the Shakthi Mandir, please come. Praveen Bhai, Bharat Bhai, Bhikkhu Bhai, are you there? Please come up, everyone. Jai Shri Bren, who did a wonderful decoration of the hall. Isn't it beautiful? Shiv Agarwal from the Global Malls. Dr. Padi Sharma, please come up. Miraj Patel, Sai Sevak, Shailes Bhai, and Mustafa Ajneri. Did I do that well? Please tell me. Jenti Bhai, are you there? Please come on up. Now, Sister Shivani, you were supposed to wait till I introduced you. I don't have to introduce Sister Shivani. I think many of you already know who she is with her global outreach work from the Awakening with the Brahma Kumaris to over 928 million YouTube views to her app, Think Right Me app that has over 3 million downloads. It is our privilege and our pleasure to have our sister Shivani with us in Atlanta region. And as we do the inauguration of the candle lighting, Mr. Bhatt, could you please start with the lighting of the candle? And he will also read a letter from the governor's office. Mr. Bhatt?
शुभ संकल्प के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में, शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में, जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख कण कण में, शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं।
Thank you so much.
परिवर्तन की है ये बेला,
Thank you so much. We would now
ये जग बदलने वाला राजयोग का मार्ग यही है,
Thank you.
सहज सरल।
And now a message from our wonderful governor of Atlanta.
Om Santi. My name is Kartik Bhatt, and it's my honor to privilege to represent Governor Brian Kemp's office. And Governor Brian Kemp's sent director from Brahma Kumaris, Sister Shivani ji. Greetings on behalf of the state of Georgia. Allow me to extend my warmest regards to Sister Shivani ji. As you wish visit the pitch tea state, please allow me to welcome you and your distinguished guests and all attendants. Thank you to the all sponsors and volunteers who have worked hard to make this such a memorable event. I send my best wishes to all involved. Sincerely, Brian P. Kemp.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. Thank you. Lots of good wishes to our governor of Georgia. And we've got all the flags here to symbolize Georgia as one of the states that want to bring everything together. Now, none of this will be possible without the director of the Brahma Kumaris in Atlanta, B.K. Hansa Patel. We would like her to share a very short message.
ओम शांति। बहुत साल से बहुत लोग बता रहे थे शिवानी बेन कब आ रही, पूछ रहे थे। आज हम सबके लिए ये बहुत खुशी का दिन है। और देखो बहुत अच्छी आज का जो शुभ दिन, जैसे गणेश चतुर्थी और उसका जो विसर्जन और हमारी शिवानी बेन, और शाम को अभी इसके बाद नवरात्रि गरबा। तो ये जोगानुजोग संजोग जो भी हम कहे, हम सब यहाँ इकट्ठित हुए हैं। आप सब इतना बहुत दूर से भी आए हैं, आप सबका भी हम बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं और धन्यवाद भी करते हैं। ओम शांति। और
All right. Thank you so much. Give Sister Hansa a big hand. She put all of this together. South Carolina, North Carolina. It was a big job, and she did so wonderfully, so wonderfully. Thank you. Thank you. I've got one little request, and I hope nobody's going to get upset with me, and you cannot get upset with me. Sister Shivani is in the hall, okay? For the sisters and the brothers who have been enjoying Sister Shivani since she's come, I'm talking to the Brahma Kumaris students. Can you do me a favor? Could you move a little bit more in the rear of the hall for the specific purpose? There are some souls who have been waiting so long to experience Sister Shivani's vibrations and her teachings and what God's going to transcend through her. So if you're sitting up in the front, could you please just take a little seat in the back? Please, you get a lot of blessings, okay? So if all the BKs just move a little bit in the back, it would give those a chance who have never met Sister Shivani to come on up front. I notice nobody's getting up from their seats. I've tried. So it gives me great pleasure now. Our beautiful Sister Shivani, she's here. Are you ready? What? You ready? Another warm welcome to Sister Shivani, everyone, please. Oh, Genti Ben for the Daksha and the bouquet. We have a bouquet presentation. Daksha and Genti, can we? You don't want to? Okay, then, fine. They don't want to.
Om Shanti. For those who are standing, if anyone would like to sit down on the mats there in the front, then we can do that right now. If anyone wants to sit cross-legged, when to what?
Evening 6 p.m. for Rajyoga course.
To what? 20th September to which date?
Whenever they want to, like we can start on 20th and
ऐसे नहीं होता है।
whole week.
Give a date for a weekend first of all, that 21st, 22nd like that.
Okay, got it. Okay.
एक वो लो और फिर वीकडे का फाइनल करके चुपचाप से कागज छोड़ जाना उधर। Om Shanti. Let's do it in silence. Let's do it in silence. Everyone seated. छोटे बच्चों को आप आगे बिठाएंगे बेन, तो आवाज करेंगे तो आपको बाहर लेकर जाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? ओके। ओके जी। ओम शांति once again. Om Shanti is not just a greeting, it is a powerful affirmation, a highest vibrational thought, which reminds us of our true nature. Om means Aham Atma, I the soul, and Shanti means peace. So at the Brahma Kumaris, we greet each other saying Om Shanti, which is a reminder that I am a peaceful soul. And when you say that to the other person, the other one is going to respond saying, I also am a peaceful soul. In a world where people have started calling stress as normal, it's very important for us to remind ourselves what actually is our nature. Else, we are moving very far away from our original nature. So let's take a minute of silence now that the body is seated here, the seat of the soul. When we come to the temple, the first thing that we do is we keep our footwear outside, right? We keep the footwear outside. And then we come into the temple, and the next thing that we do is we do like this. And we take the tilak and we apply it here to the center of the forehead. This is something that we must have done since children. We've done it every single day. But often we do things, but we don't pause to understand what's the meaning behind it. Why are we doing this? So, removing the footwear outside the temple is, of course, because the footwear is not clean, so it should not go in the temple. But the actual reason behind it is the footwear is leather. And in many temples, we just don't remove footwear outside, we remove the belt, the wallet, everything that's leather is kept outside. So leather symbolizes this body. शरीर जो चमड़ी का बना है, चमड़ी है. So removing the leather outside means keep your role, position, your ego, your body consciousness outside. And then come inside and do this, which means remind yourself, I am a soul, not a role, not a relationship. The roles and relationships are very important, but they are mine. They are not I. It's my family. It's my children, my spouse. It's my profession. It's my nationality. It's my religion. Everything is mine. Then who is the energy who's saying this is mine? And that's why we go and first thing we do like this and apply the tilak here. So why here? Because this is the seat of the soul. So we are going to take a minute of silence and we are going to bring our attention here to the center of the forehead where we apply the tilak. And just gently visualize where we apply the tilak, gently visualize a tiny point of light there. Like the tilak is golden color, chandan tilak, red color. So just visualize a golden red light, tiny point of light in the center of the forehead. Everyone needs to do this. As you do this, you are emerging your true consciousness of who am I. Hold on to that visual. A powerful bright golden red light, a little star in the center of the forehead. And now gently repeat these thoughts. I am the master of this body. I am pure divine soul. As you repeat this, you are emerging your true consciousness, your original nature, your personality. I am a pure divine soul, divinity, purity, perfection, flawless. This is my personality. I am a perfect soul. Things outside in the world may not always be my way. People around me may not always be my way. What I have desired, I may not accomplish always. But I, the soul, am calm, stable, powerful, happy always. I am the master of my mind. Just rewind the past week and check, was there any situation which was not your way? May have happened this morning, maybe the traffic while reaching here for the program. Was there any scene in the past 1 week which was not my way? Just bring that scene on the screen of the mind. Rewind everything that happened. What was the situation? Who were the people involved? What did they do? How did they behave? Just rewind the scene. And now bring the focus on yourself. How did I respond? What did I feel? What did I say? Focus on the self. Did I choose my perfect response? Or did I just react to the situation? See the difference between these two things. Did I choose my perfect response in that situation? And a perfect response is a response which raises my energy, which strengthens my mind, Did I choose a perfect response? Or did I simply react as was the situation? So was my reaction. And now that we are in this moment of silence as a detached observer, just ask yourself, if this scene has to repeat again tomorrow, can I respond another way? Can I respond through my perfect self? And while I respond, my inner power increases. I am calm and peaceful. My body feels healthy. My relationships start healing just by me responding the right way. Very clearly check what that response is going to be. Om Shanti. How many of us were able to check a situation of the last 1 week? Anybody? Raise your hands. How many were able to see that I reacted a certain way, but given a chance again, I can do it another way? And anyone believes, no, I cannot do it another way, that one was the perfect way. We have created a world. We are in a temple today. The vibrations of the temple. What's one word that comes to your mind when you feel the energy of a temple? What's the one word that comes to your mind when you feel the energy of a temple? Peace, huh? Divine, purity. Who's creating the vibrations of the temple? We come to the temple, we feel peaceful, powerful, divine. Who's creating the vibrations of the temple? Who's creating the vibrations of the temple? We are. So raise your hand. How many of you are contributing to creating the vibrations of the temple? Right? So it's the same. We come to the temple, we're creating divine thoughts. It's thoughts of gratitude, thoughts of surrender, thoughts of blessings. And we create the vibrations of the temple. And then we walk into the temple and we benefit from the vibrations of the temple, which means this is a room. But when I come into this room, I create divine thoughts, pure and peaceful thoughts, thoughts of gratitude, seva, and surrender. And I create a place which is vibrating at the highest energy. And then on any day when I'm feeling a little troubled, a little stressed, a little confused, a little scared, and I say, let me go to the temple. On that day, my mind is not peaceful. It's very, very disturbed. But I come into the temple and just sitting here for a few minutes, my mind starts settling down. How many of you agree that's true? Now we have to see how the equation works. We create the vibrations of the place when we are in a peaceful state, And when we are in the disturbed state, that same vibrations that we created is giving us peace and power, right? So, what we are doing here, can this same thing be repeated at home? Okay. Presently, is the vibration of home different from the vibration of the temple? But same people there, same people here. Ji? Same people are not there. You don't live in a home. Same people don't live there. Anji? You just said we create the vibrations of the temple with our purity, peace, and power. And then we come to the temple and we feel that purity, peace, and power. So we come here for a few minutes, and yet we are able to create this divine energy. We stay there 24/7. Can't we create this divine energy there? Chalo, have the courage to say. It's we. It's not someone else living there and not someone else coming here. Same I here, same I there. Same brick and mortar structure room, same brick and mortar structure room. The only thing different is I here is different thoughts and I there is different thoughts. Now, if I want to create a high energy home, then I there will have to start changing my way of thinking. Do you think we need a high vibration home? How many of you believe we need a high vibration home? Why do we need a high vibration home? Why do we need a high vibration home? So that everyone there, Ben, including the ones who don't go to the temple. So the magic is if someone is not ready to come to the temple, you can create the temple at home. Can you create the temple at home? Who's ready to create a temple at home? And creating a temple at home doesn't mean just installing the idol there. No. Creating a temple at home means creating this energy at home in a world where your children are going out every morning and you know what all they are facing and what all they are influenced by and what all they are surrounded by and what all they are consuming from their gadgets and probably consuming, surrounded and influenced. We are creating a vibration which is completely opposite of the temple. Temple is purity, outside in the world is lust. Yes or no? Yes. Temple is peace, outside there is chaos. Temple is divinity, outside is ego. Temple is serenity, outside is terror, violence in the minds of people. And your children are growing up in that world. You can't change the world for them. You can't take them away from the world. But if you want to strengthen them, then there's only one thing that's possible and which each one of us can do. And that is create this vibration at home. And if we don't do this, what's going to happen to the vibration of the children? Day by day, what is happening to the vibration? Is it going higher or is it just dipping? Which direction? But if we create that high vibration homes, then what's going to happen to their vibration? So ask yourself, you worked hard. Many of you left your country and came here. And if anyone had to ask you, why did you take this step? You left family and came here. It's not a simple thing to leave everything and come to a new place and start from scratch. It's not easy to live alone, not have family support every time. In times of crisis, you're all alone. It's not easy. But we've done all these tough things. And if anyone had to ask you, why did you do this? You would say, for my family. You would say, for the comfort of my family. How many would say it's for the comfort of my family, to give my family a better quality of life? Haath utha lo. That's the reason. No, what else is the reason? To give them a good quality of life. Now, when we said a good quality of life, we were only talking of everything outside. Everything outside, which is important. So, good air, good traffic, good education system, everything. But now, being in everything good quality outside, if I'm not the best here, then is my life going to be really comfortable? It's like this sofa. Look at the size of the sofa. It's very big. So, this is good quality life, right? This is good quality life. Big sofa, fancy sofa, very expensive, chosen with lot of love and care. That's good quality life. But sitting on this sofa, if I'm not in the best version here, will I be comfortable? Will I be comfortable? And then you're going to look at me and say, I did everything for you. I got you the best sofa available in the country. And you're still not happy. Because we thought when we give them the best quality life outside, it automatically means they will be happy and comfortable here. It's not happened. Now is the time to pause and ask yourself, is there anything that we need to change or we want to continue in the same direction? We are at a very, very critical point right now. Very, very critical point. It's a point where, it's like on the road. We've been driving straight without pausing to check, am I on the right road? And is it going in the right direction? But just right now, there is a U turn. You can turn and take back another road. It doesn't mean you have to go back to Bharat. We're not talking about that. It just means take a turn to really create a comfortable life where you are comfortable outside, but you're also comfortable inside. Just ask yourself, if I had to choose between the two comforts, inside and outside, which one would be more important? Everyone on the chair needs to answer. Because you all answer, they are not answering. They say, इनका नहीं इन्होंने काम कर दिया. Why we need to answer, Because when you answer, your answer is getting coded in your subconscious. So don't think other people are answering and it's such an obvious answer. What is there to answer in this? If it was so obvious, we would have done something already. It is obvious. We know it, but we're not doing anything about it. So is it okay if I have a few less comforts outside, but I need that power and peace inside? Yes? Yes. Or is it I'm going to go on in this direction, doesn't matter how messed up it's getting here? Do you think it's getting a little messed up inside and more for the children? And have you ever paused and asked yourself that if they are not able to handle their insignificant challenges, they're really not challenges yet. Till you are in student life, you can't call life challenging. You remember when we were in student life, we were told student life is best life, right? And actually, best life, no responsibilities. What did we have to do? Only study, give the exam. That is all that you had to do. So, in that student life is best life, they are saying, I'm depressed, I'm anxious. And they're not just saying it, they're feeling it. So, can you visualize their future for them, please? Can you see them as a leader of an organization? Can you see them as a spouse? Can you see them as a parent? So, what is needed right now? Who's going to strengthen them? Who is going to strengthen them? Put the finger there. Who's going to strengthen them? And to strengthen them, what do I need to do? Create this vibration at home. Create this vibration at home. And to create this vibration at home, what do I have to do? Create this vibration here. Create this vibration here. Who's ready to do that for their children? Because in the last 10, at least 10 years, more than that, we had already created a world where we were saying stress is normal, anger is normal, fear is normal, and the whole list. And often we asked people, you know what, it's time to pause, check, and change. And people said, we don't have time. We didn't have time. But now it's not about you anymore. Because what I've realized is when it was about you, you said it's okay. We can live our life with this pain. But now it's come to those whom you are attached to the most. So it was fine that I can live with this pain. But when it comes to seeing our children live in that pain, now it's getting tough. And so even now, we are still at the right time that we can still create a change at home and change everything for them. But you let another 2, 3 years pass, and probably the situation is slipping out of our hands. And so now we need to ask ourselves, am I ready to work a little on myself? I don't have to go home and work on them. I don't have to go home and tell them this is what you have to do. They don't have to do anything. Everything has to be done by me. Because when it comes to comfort outside, we have to work hard outside. But when it comes to comfort inside, we just have to work a little bit inside. Which one is easier, outside or inside? Ah. Oh, y'all are answering? They are not answering anything now. So now you keep silent for some time. First ventures, yes. Which one is easier, working hard outside or taking care inside? Which one is easier, working from morning 8 to evening 8 is easier, or just forgiving people and remaining calm when they're aggressive? Which one is easier? Which one is easier, being on your feet from morning 8 to evening 8, working tirelessly is easier? Or here comes somebody with a very aggressive temperament shouting at you, and you are like, it's okay, I'm a peaceful being and I forgive you and I'm getting back to my work in a happy frame of mind. Which one is easier? Option one was working tirelessly 8 to 8. And option two was just 30 seconds, change your thought, stay calm, and forgive and move forward in a happy state. So, which one is easier? Option one? How many feel option one is easier? Working 8 to 8 is easier. Ah, very good. That is okay. We don't know how to work on option two. That's different. Option one was 12 hours. Option two was 30 seconds. We shouldn't even be talking about it, which one is easier. We believed that when I worked tirelessly, happiness will come on its own. Happiness, love, peace, respect. This is what I will earn by working hard. What is the truth? When I'm happy, then I'm successful, or when I'm successful, then I will be happy. Just feel your body. Just touch it here. Feel your body. And now just ask yourself, when I'm happy, here, happiness is here for the soul. When I'm happy, then body will be healthy. Or when body is healthy, then I'm happy. When body is healthy, then I'm happy. Or when I am happy, body will be healthy. Second, when both are good. Okay, hold your hand here. Let's check which one is true. Both are good, we know. Which is truth? Pull your hand out like that. Everyone will do this. Everyone will do everything for the next 1.5 hours. We've not come here to listen because you're not going to listen to anything new. We've come to remind ourselves of what's the truth. We know it, but we're living in a denial mode because we're surrounded with a lot of other kind of information. We're only going to activate that part of my consciousness and most important, record it there so that I'm going to start living it that way. It's not about coming here, listening, nodding, and saying, ha, everything is right, and going out of this door the same way. Don't waste your 2 hours. Don't waste your 2 hours. It's not about that. Obviously, there's nothing wrong you will hear. But it's no point to just come, listen, say, ha, it was good, and then go back outside the same way. We don't want to go back the same way that we came in today. And so just allow your mind, you know everything. We just want to fit it into our daily life. Okay? So just put your hand out. And now let's see what affects what. The mind affects the body or the body affects the mind. Okay? My hand has started to hurt suddenly. It's paining. It's become numb. Like you're going to sit cross-legged for 2 hours. Maybe when you get up after that, someone can find their feet is numb. That's okay. Now just see the same thing has happened to the hand right now, and the nerve has started paining. Hand is hurting. You woke up in the morning, and this is the first thing that was happening when you woke up. Now, when this hand starts paining, does the mind also start paining? Which means, does it start troubling here? Yeah, okay, if it is for a long time. So let's say it's going on for 5 hours now. If it's paining, yes. If it's paining here, will it also start hurting here? Check. One rule of the game for the next 2 hours. Don't bother about what other people are answering. Only ask yourself, what is my right answer? You may be the only one in the hall of 4,000 giving that answer, and you may be the right answer. One rule for life from today. What everybody is doing is right is over. What everyone is doing is right is over. Majority is always right is over. Probably we are entering into the era that if you're standing for the right alone, just continue standing for the right, even if you're the only one. And most important, give your children that power to stand for the right, even if they are the only one. That's what you have to give them now. So for us, we cannot give anything to our children which is emotional unless we are creating that sanskar for ourselves. So we cannot live like a victim of peer pressure and saying they are doing this, they are saying this, so we are also going to say this. On Diwali, they are putting so many lights, so we will also put. They had 20 diyas, so I cannot have 10 diyas. All this has to get over. This is not the way to live life. So we are not choosing our life, we are just copying other people. And after some time, we are copying even without pausing to check whether it is right or wrong. And that is what creates society, that everyone is doing everything same way without pausing to check, is this right? Is this not? So today, one rule of the game. don't worry what everybody else is answering. It doesn't matter if my answer is wrong. It's my answer. It's my experience. This is what was my experience till this minute. Next minute, I'm ready to understand and change. Okay? Okay? So 5 hours have passed. This is hurting. I will start taking the medicine. I will probably start seeing a doctor also. But the question is, when the body is hurting, does the mind also start hurting? Yes. No. For the yes. Just feel, just put your left hand here and just feel the pain traveling. Okay. So it started from here and it will travel here and it will go up to my shoulder, also starts paining. Then my neck starts paining. Does the pain reach here? Hanji? Underline. Underline. This pain does not create the pain there. But when I start thinking about this pain, so that is the most important part. It is when I start thinking about that pain. And what's the kind of thought that I need to create for it to pain here? Worry, fear, insecurity, don't know what's happened to me. Same thing had happened to the other person. Then you came to know they had a stroke. Thoughts. This pain is a physical pain. Physical pain cannot create pain in the energy, the mind. But when the mind starts thinking about what is happening to the body, and if the mind doesn't think in a very positive manner, then that mind starts hurting. Now, second very important line. When this starts paining because of my way of thinking, will something happen to the pain here? Does the pain here create the pain here? No. My thoughts about the pain here creates the pain here. Is that clear for everybody? Okay. Now, second part. Does the pain here, which means the worry here, the fear here, influence the pain here? How many agree with that? Now, this is how we have to learn to live life. This is a situation. This is the mind. The situation doesn't create pain in the mind. But the way my mind thinks about the situation, first my mind starts hurting, and that pain then affects the situation, whether the situation is health of a body, whether the situation is relationship, whether the situation is a problem at work. The problem at work doesn't create pain in the mind. Repeat this 100 times till it gets fitted in here. The problem at work doesn't create pain in the mind. What creates the pain in the mind? The way I think about the problem. But once I start creating the pain in the mind, that pain in the mind starts influencing the problem. Now, last, let's hold this once again. 3 options. My hand is hurting. 3 options. One option, don't think anything about it. No thought. Continue with your work, which is difficult not to create a single thought about a situation. But let's say no thought. This pain will remain where the pain is. But if I am not creating any thought about the hand, but I'm creating troubled thoughts about something else, and that stress and that fear will still add to the pain here. So that is one option. Second option, if I start creating worry and fear about the hand, the pain of the hand starts increasing. Third option, can I create any thoughts which will start reducing the pain in my hand? Yes? Remember the power of the mind. If my particular quality of thought can increase the pain, then another quality of thought can also heal the pain. How many agree with this? If you don't agree, it's perfectly fine. We'll again work on it. Agreed? Everybody agrees? Now, same thing. If my one particular way of thinking creates a conflict in relationship, then my other way of thinking, now you fill in the blank, complete the line. If my one particular way of thinking creates a conflict in relationship, then my other way of thinking is going to create harmony in relationship. If my one way of thinking is creating a problem at work, then my other way of thinking is going to change and solve the problem at work. If my one way of thinking is causing the environment to get toxic, then my other way of thinking is going to clean this environment. Where is it all starting from? Neetaji, where is it all controlled from? Put the finger there. This is the most powerful place on the planet. Everything is here. And that's why in Hindi it's called Sankalp se Srishti Banti hai, which means our thoughts create our world. Can we say that once? My, don't even say our. My thoughts create my world. My thoughts create my life. My thoughts create my destiny. My thoughts create the health of my body. My thoughts create my relationship. My thoughts influence my children. And I'm saying I don't have time to take care of my mind. Don't you think it's one of the biggest mistakes we have done? It's like this hall is life, and somewhere at the back, a little dingy room which is not visible is actually the control room of this hall. So, whether it's this mic, the light, the fan, the everything that is happening here is actually not controlled here. Where is it controlled? One little dark room in the corner. Nobody's ever interested in seeing the control room. You're just going to come here and say, what a beautiful hall, what a nice hall, what a nice hall. So everybody thought this was life. This was life. Life is what is visible to the eye. Life is what everybody appreciates. Life is what other people come and appreciate. Oh, you're doing so well. Or you bought a new home. Or you bought a new car. Life. And so, because that is what everybody could see, that is what I could see, that is what everybody was appreciating, that is what everybody was talking about. Who was talking about that mind inside? Nobody. And so we thought that was not important. And we assumed that when this life is beautiful, the control room will be perfect. And the truth was, when the control room is functional, then this life is. So only the one basic equation gone wrong. One basic equation gone wrong. Now, from today, in every scene of life, we're going to put the equation right. Ready? Whatever may be the situation, and whatever means whatever. From the smallest trivial situation of a traffic on the road to the toughest situation of life when your family member leaves the costume. That is the spectrum of situations in life. Anything outside of this mind is a situation. So there are only two energies, situation and the energy which faces that situation. We have been living a life where we are allowing the situation to decide how I'm going to feel. That way of living was fine as far as the situations were more or less perfect. But when you create a world where situations are not perfect, it's now time to take care of the mind. Right or no? It was okay till we had an era where more or less same time everybody got a job, more or less same time everybody retired from the job, more or less same time everybody got married, more or less same age everybody was surviving. certainty. Everything was going more or less certain. Cut to a world where I don't know whether today evening when I return home, I have my job. I don't know if I sleep tonight, am I waking up tomorrow morning? I don't know that beautiful relationship which I created today, how long it's going to survive. I don't know. So when the outside world becomes unpredictable, now it's time to take charge of the mind. Otherwise, both will be uncertain. And the rule of the game is that the outside world does not create the inside world. It's the inside world that creates the outside world. Take a pause, close your eyes, and bring one situation of your life right now which you want to change. Anything, anything about your life that you want to change, anything about your life which you feel is not the perfect the way it should be, any relationship, any performance, professional or children's academic performance, anything at all. Put both your hands in the front like this and put your situation on the left hand. Put your situation on the left hand. You don't go to tell anyone the situation. It's all personal. Put your situation on the left hand, and on your right hand, put your present thoughts about the situation. Brother, if you don't mind, can we stop clicking photos and camera just so that nobody's disturbed now? So you can also sit for the session. You can also put both your hands instead of clicking the photos of everybody putting their hands out. On the left hand, put your situation. On the right hand, put your present thought about the situation. And more or less, right now, we are in that state where, as is the situation, so is my thinking. Right? So, in the situation, if there is a problem, my mind is saying there is a problem. If in the situation my body is unwell, my mind is saying my body is unwell. So, which means right now we are in a state where our thought and our situation are similar. If my children are not doing well, my mind is saying my children are not doing well. If it's raining outside, my mind is saying it's raining outside. So there's no difference between the left hand and the right hand. Now you have to see what's going to happen. On the left hand is the problem, and on the right hand is the same thought as the problem. And the law is, what is the law? Thoughts create the world. Okay? So, for example, on my left hand, there is a problem in my relationship. And my thought about the situation is my relationship is in a mess. Nothing seems to be working right. A mind creates thousands of thoughts during the day. So keep on looking at my situation and I keep creating the thought things are not right. Things are not right. Things are not right. Try however hard, things are not getting right. Nothing seems to be going right. I don't know what the future is going to be. In which direction are we heading? And the mind goes on, thought after thought after thought after thought. Problem is one, thoughts are in thousands. Law is the thoughts create the situation. Now just ask yourself, if there is a problem on my left hand, and I keep saying on the right hand, there is a problem, there is a problem, there is a problem, there is a problem, then in the next few days or in the next few months, what will happen to the problem on the left hand side? Right now, they're both equal. And then this mind goes on problem, 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 problem. What will happen to the actual situation which was on the left hand side? How many feel it'll get more complex? And more complex means, like we said, the pain in the hand will start increasing because I said it's paining, it's paining, it's paining, it's paining. It is paining, is the truth. But the second truth is, as I think, so will happen. Always need to remember the law. Okay, now again, now I've understood the power of my mind, which means if I keep creating a thought about the problem, if I keep creating a thought about the disease, if I keep creating a thought about the issue at work, if I keep creating a thought about the behavior of my family member, then it's only going to go, keep your hand there, it's only going to go there. Now come back here, and now let's use the power of the mind. No, the mind power situation on the left hand side, power of the mind on the right hand side. Now, what is on the left hand side is a big mess right now. But just to experiment with the law, I start saying everything is perfect. Can we start saying that? Which means you have to say that which is not the truth. Because you know the law that what you say is going to happen. So just by saying what was currently the reality, we were escalating the problem. Now we are going to use the law that what I think and what I speak is going to influence that what is on the left hand side. So now put that same problem on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, if it is the health of the body, say the body is perfect. If it's a relationship, say my relationship is perfect. If it's about the other person, say the other person is perfect. It's about your own personality, say I am perfect. Can we just start saying it? It's perfect. Ready to say it? Even if you don't believe it, say it. You don't need to believe it. You don't need to believe in the law of gravity, whether you and me believe it or no, it's working. I can't go up on the terrace and say I'll go upwards because I don't believe in the law of gravity. I'll fall down. Law works whether I believe it or not believe it. Law will always work. But what I need to do is I need to start experimenting with the law. I will experiment once, I will experiment twice, I will experiment 5 times, I will experiment 10 times. And because it's a law, it will always work. And when I start seeing the result once, twice, 3, 5, 10 times, after that, what will happen? Now it's not just going to be a law. Now it's going to become the truth of my life. And once I make it the truth of my life, after that, creating a thought, everything is perfect, will come natural. And once I start doing that, then creating a thought, everything is perfect, will not be dependent on situation. It will become my natural, always way of thinking. And when I reach a stage where I'm creating perfect thoughts always, then even if something imperfect happens in the outside world, my mind and its happiness and power will always remain perfect. So let's start doing it. Karle, has everybody understood what we are doing? Anyone not understood, please raise your hand. What did we do? We put the problem on the left hand. We put the mind on the right hand. Let's say I give the problem a figure of 50. Body is hurting 50%. Relationship is difficult 50%. The other person is disrespectful 50%. There is a challenge at work 50%. It's the truth. And now my mind only has to speak the truth. So my mind keeps saying, I'm unwell. My mind keeps saying, they have a problem with me. My mind keeps saying, this relationship is getting complicated. My mind starts saying, I'm not happy with them. My mind starts saying, they don't love me. The relationship was complicated only 50%. And when I start creating these thoughts, 1, twice, 3 times, 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, after 40 days, go back and check that relationship. It would have changed. And we've already experimented and experienced all this, but we've not realized that we have done it. Even if you want to do a simple thing, Just now in the car, we were in fact talking about it, that we are driving back home, and based on a past experience of yesterday or last week, we start anticipating the person sitting at home to behave in a certain manner when we reach home. How many have done that? Huh. We already know how they are going to behave today. And the person sitting next to you is like, how do you know they are going to behave like that today? We say, because they always behave like that. So now you see what the right hand is doing. The right hand is saying they always behave that way. And then I just keep creating this thought. I know when I go home, again that same scene will get created. Again, he will not understand me. Again, she will scream. It happens every day. I'm getting tired of this drama going on at home every single day. I need a break from all this. सोचते जाओ करते सोचते. By the time 1 hour drive is over and we've reached home, and exactly the drama that we had created on the mind. How many have experienced the same drama happened at home? So why do you need proof about the law? You've already experienced it so many times. If you reflect today, we've already experienced this law so many times. But when they behave in that manner, you know what we say? We say, I knew they were going to behave that way. Now just change that last line. It's not, I knew they were going to behave that way. Say, I sent them those vibrations for 1 hour so that they behave that way. No, we are not going to clap for this. We will clap when you send the opposite vibrations and make them behave another way. Then it's clapping something for, right? Now, chalo, create another thought for them. Yes, they have that nature. Yes, it is their sanskar, it's their personality. But I have also been adding fuel to the fire by just repeating about their personality and the sanskar. And now I understood that my thoughts are going to create my reality. So let me start creating the opposite. Experiment. For this, you don't even need 30 days, 40 days. You do it tonight and you will see the result. The most powerful form of communication is from here. Just keep radiating that thought. Today, when I reach home, how are they going to be? Visualize the best that you want to see there. We've always visualized the worst that we thought was going to happen. We had a power and we were visualizing the worst from that power. Now use that power, be creative, and visualize the best from that power. How will they be when we reach home today? Perfect be describe karo na perfect. Yes, absolutely. Start creating the vibration, let that thought reach home, visualize it. You can also say they've cooked dinner for me today. You can even choose what you want to eat today. Okay, tell me something. Have we not experienced this that you cook something today and your child comes home and says, how did you know that I wanted to eat this today? So many times. So every time it is coincidence. No, every time it is because throughout the day in the school, they were saying, I want to eat this, I want to eat this, I want to eat this. I'm going to go home and tell Mama, please make this for me. And I reach home and it's there for me. And how did this happen? We say, how did you know? And then she said, oh, I love you so much. So I came to know. It was vibration. It was vibration. It's reaching. You caught that vibration and you manifested their thought and you brought it into reality. This works always and with everyone. Create a thought today. How is your boss going to be tomorrow when you go to work? What we keep doing is how they behaved last time. We start anticipating that's how it's going to be today. How was the meeting last time? This time it's going to be like that. Change. Let it be the worst last time. You create a thought, it's going to be here today. And now what happens when I start creating this thought? They will understand me today. I can see it. They understanding me. I understanding them. We're going to have a beautiful conversation today. Magical result is going to come out of this meeting today. Just think and speak till you reach office. First and foremost, what state of mind will you reach the office if you keep thinking like this? Highest. Your highest, vibrant, perfect, divine self. And you've already radiated those vibrations to them. So, just by radiating those vibrations to them, what have you done to them? You have empowered them, lifted them there. And there you're going to see them behave that way. It always works. 0.0001%. The impact was not that much, it was just 50%. But right now, because you created that state of mind before you reached there, even if they are not their best version, your ability to cope up with the situation is going to be, and it will not affect you anymore how they react. So, where is the power? So, let's say a few lines. The power is not in my body, the power is not at work, the power is not with my spouse. If they're sitting next to you, say the power is not with you. You don't have the power. You have the power to take care of your mind. You don't have the power to change my mind. The power is with no one. The power is only and only and only with me. And when we start experimenting with this power, doesn't matter what's happening in the outer world, one thing is guaranteed: you'll always be powerful, calm, stable, peaceful, happy, because you're creating only the highest vibrational thoughts, because that's the only thing that's in our control today. That's the only thing that's in our control. And what is in our control is actually creating the reality. So take care of what's in the control and start changing what's happening in the reality. Now, how is this going to work? Okay. So let's say I'll keep saying a few lines, you keep saying the opposite of that. Okay? Let's say a simple line: children watching too much of screen time. You're not allowed to use the word no, 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 no in that. That doesn't work. It's not about no. The law is create that thought which you want the reality to be. What happens? The reality is, yes, they are stuck to their screens. And we keep seeing them and we keep thinking that and speaking that, thinking that and speaking that. And the more we are thinking that and saying that, the more they are glued to the screen. Let's take it up as a 1 month project. 1 month, don't say anything to them. Matlab, say you're normal, whatever you're saying, but 1 month, let's create one thought from here. What will that one thought be? No, no, we want to work on that screen time. Every issue we will need to create a thought. So, what should that thought be? Now we have to learn the art of how to create these right thoughts. So, what's that one thought going to be? Very good. Kids are going out and enjoying their time with nature. One. Second, they are, you fix how much time you want them to see. And important is not how much time. That is, of course, important. But I could be with the screen for an hour and consuming the lowest energy content. So it's not only about the duration, it's about the quality. So don't just check the duration, it's about the quality. What are they consuming is important. And in order for me to influence them to consume right, I will have to first change. See, what we consume becomes our thoughts, and what becomes our thoughts becomes the vibration of the house. Now you want to change them, you'll have to change the vibration of the house. And to change the vibration of the house, you'll have to change your thought. And to change your thought, you'll have to change what you consume. So you want divinity, you'll have to consume divine content. You want peace and power, you will have to consume peace and power content. How many of you are ready to make this one change in life today if you really want to shift? Shift your content. That is the biggest problem right now. It's the biggest problem right now. It's like diet of the mind. Let's say today, no content, which means no movie, no series, nothing which has lust, which has terror, which has violence, which has crime. At least this much for now. Otherwise, the list will get too long and we won't even start. Can we do that? How many of you are ready to do that? Let's say, what is the date today? 14th. 14th of September to 1st of November, Diwali. And then we truly light the diya of purity, Diwali. So 14th September to 1st of November, that is 45 days, no content of the slightest trace of lust, the slightest trace of violence, the slightest trace of aggression, and the slightest trace of comparison for 45 days. Who's ready to do that? And those 45 days are Navratri, Dasera, oh, the highest vibration time. You're invoking the purity, you're invoking the power, you're invoking the Shakti, and you're finishing the Ravan. And then when I invoke the Shakti and I finish the Ravan, then we are able to light the diya. The diya means the diya of purity to be able to give. So 45 days, if you really want to do it, then raise your hands. Not that do it and then go back in the night sitting on the bed watching that same thing. No. Truly want to experiment with that because in 45 days, we want to see one, what shift this diet does to me. It's a diet. So, like any other diet which is for the body, this is the diet for the mind. How many of you were in that era where the first TV, first phone? I mean, anybody who's in their 50s and above. So, if today you take out 5 minutes and draw a graph of content versus problems in the world, and problems means emotional health, mental health, addiction, relationships, and just draw it with content. And you will see that when we were in school with no content, with not even the first TV there, getting to see one movie probably with the day we did well in exams, once in 6 months or 3 months or whatever. And that too, any movie which had the slightest trace of anything was an adult movie, so you and me could not go and see it. It's that era. And in that era, we didn't even have the word stress. We didn't even have the word stress. We only had the word tension, that too only on 2 days of the year, one day before the exam and one day before the result. Rest was happy life. So it's not history. It's not history. It's only we who know the power of the impact of this content has created. And then suddenly came television. And then suddenly came 24 by 7 news channel. And then came 24 by 7 television. Then there was television, record and watch whenever you want. Do you see how someone's business changed our destiny? Can you see? It was just someone's business. And we allowed ourselves to get sucked into that product. And that's it. We've reached a stage today where children are saying, I'm depressed, where children are saying anxiety, panic attack, where children are choosing not to live. And if today also we are not going to change the content we consume, what future do you see for your children and their children? So don't blame, don't put the finger on the creator of the content. The creator only creates what's getting consumed by the world. And I will say, oh, but just by me consuming, it's nothing is going to change. Every one person matters. So it's my moral responsibility to stop consuming that what is unhealthy for me and what is harming the world. So every time you're going to consume a video, a program, a TV series, a movie, which has any of the lowest vibrational content, you're not just harming yourself, you're creating more of that in the world, and you are harming many more people in the world just by being the client. And then we're saying, why are children doing this? Why this is happening? Why shooting is happening? Why this is happening? What else can happen? It's flooding their minds. Will it not come into behavior? In Hindi, we say sang ka rang. When children were in kindergarten, before that, they were only in the home environment. And then the first time they go to school, within a few days, they're picking up new words. Their vocabulary is changing. What they are saying is changing. And for the parent, that change was so new. I said, what's happening to my child? Somebody said, school jana shuru kiya hai. Which means now they're out from your comfort zone. And now to get influence that what they're going to hear, they're going to start thinking, they're going to start speaking. That was called Sangha Rang. As is the company, so is the personality. And now that Sangha Rang is on the phone. It's on the phone 24 by 7. Enough damage already created. And still, we are not creating a change. Because we're saying, oh, it's only me. It's not only me. Power of one. 45 days. 45 days. No low energy content. No average energy content also. Because right now, we also need to discern which is healthy, which is not. In fact, 45 days minimal content. Let's keep 45 days divine. It's Navratri, it's Dasera, it's Diwali. Let it not just be a festival outside, let it create magic inside. So 45 days healthy content, 45 days healthy food. Let's do a good 45 days experiment to see how powerful and divine my mind is. How many ready to be on a plant-based diet for 45 days? Anyways, Navratri, 9 days. Why do we eat a plant based diet during Navratri? Why sattvic food? Because we are invoking the divine Shakti, which means if you want divinity and you want power, it will have to be sattvic food. And sattvic food doesn't mean only salads and fruits. No. Sattvic food means high vibration diet, high vibrational diet. And that means not animal product. It's a low vibration diet. What is the energy in a slaughterhouse? Opposite of a temple. Opposite of a temple. Fear, violence, aggression, helplessness, and then death. Can death give health to anybody? No. And should someone die for my taste, then what karma that is? So 45 days vegetarian. Who's ready to do that for? Already vegetarian don't have to raise their hands. 45 days vegetarian. Already vegetarian, beautiful. 45 days experiment of a new lifestyle to see what magic it's going to create with my mind. 45 days not eating, not drinking anything that is not healthy. We grew up, we grew up in families where most of us must have seen our mothers quarreling with our fathers that don't drink, don't smoke. How many grew up in that house like that? Yeah. Cut to today, creating a home where we are telling our children, we'll do it together. Yeah. Cut to creating a world saying both of us are equal. Why is it only that you are going to drink and smoke? So, who's creating this world? I. And who's going to change it? I. The power is with I. Don't look at the world and say, oh, what has the world become? It doesn't matter what's happening on the planet. Our world is created by us. You can be on the planet and create your own cocoon of a very, very beautiful life and a beautiful world and create that ripple onto the planet and even help other people to change. So, 45 days of purity, 45 days of pure content, 45 days of pure food. And on Diwali, we'll take a pledge in which direction we want to move forward. And that day, we really light the diya to bring Diwali back on this planet. It is Diwali back on this planet, actually. And that Diwali back on the planet is called Ram Rajya. That Diwali back on the planet is called Satyog, it's called paradise. It's completely opposite of what it is today, right? So now let's take a photo. Who's ready to now create that world? World means in your homes here. This chota sa world. This side. Where's the brother who is going to take the photo? फोटो ये फोटो लेना है ये वाला हाँ okay now very important, let's go back to the mind, let's go back to the mind. The line that time was, what if I want my child to restrict screen time? That is where we started from. So what's the thought going to be? Now we're quickly going to start writing down the thoughts. What is the thought that I'm going to create? That thought is called a blessing. Blessing means a highest vibrational thought. And blessings make the impossible possible. दुआएं असंभव को संभव करती हैं, right or wrong? So then start creating du'ain, blessings, high vibrational thought always. Child addicted to screen. What's going to be the thought? The line has to be high vibration. The line should not have any not, no, wish, hope. The line has to be they are fill in the blank. Very good. My child spends time with the family. How much time? 1 minute? So be very clear. See, this is how we have to write it. Very clear, very specific. Very specific. How much time you feel they should be with screen? Write the time. And don't now, if they're doing 6 hours now, don't say 6 minutes suddenly. It won't change that much in 1 month. Just go very gentle. But just start radiating that vibration to them. Don't say it, create it, think it, radiate it, write it. And if they also want to de addict from there, then ask them to do it. It'll work even faster. If they want to do it but are not able to do it, then you make them a part of the game and it will happen faster. Okay. If someone in a relationship, maybe child, maybe spouse, is aggressive in their behavior, rude in their vocabulary, what's the thought going to be? Accurate thought. The thought has to be a blessing, powerful, high vibrational, transformational. What's it going to be? Very good. Anyone at the back wants to suggest what the thought is going to be if the other person is rude, aggressive? If you're going to say unke sanskar aise hain, now we got it. What will happen if she says that unke sanskar aise hain, which means this is how they are. And if we keep saying this is how they are, this is how they are, then next year, power of the mind. What are we going to say? Hanji, what was that? Very good. They are loving, caring, polite, respectful. They understand me. Keep adding every virtue you want in them. And most important is while you're saying this, where is that virtue going to come first? Every word we say is getting coded into our subconscious. Every word. Now, suppose there is a health issue. What are we going to say? You are going to take that specific health issue. One is my body is perfect healthy, but you will have to take that specific health issue and write a thought for that specific ailment. Specific, very, very specific. If any particular value on the blood report is not coming in the range, take that particular thing and say the value is and put it in that range. If any part of the body is hurting, take that name of that organ and say this part of the body is perfect. If there is stiffness in any part of the body, say this is flexible. Just have to keep saying the opposite of what it is. Have to keep saying what we want it to be. If there is issue with wealth, financial crisis, what are we going to say? If there is an issue with wealth, what are we going to say? पैसा आएगा. बहुत ध्यान से बोलना है, ठीक है? Now if I say पैसा आएगा, which means I will get money, then the line is I will get. हाँ. If I say I will, it will continue to be I will, I will, I will. So what does it have to be? I have. देखो कितना easy है. ऐसे ही मुझे बुलाया है वैसे. सब कुछ तो पता है आपको. कितना easy है ये. This is so simple to do. क्या बोलेंगे हम? I have how much? I have how much? Always say, I have more than I need. I have more than I need. I have more than we need. And most important, create a sankalp. Contentment is my personality. Santushta. Contentment is my personality. It's a big myth that we don't have to be contented, otherwise, we won't be ambitious. Contentment is my personality. Any other issue remaining which we need to create a blessing? Or we move ahead? Any other issue? Anyone has an issue which you feel you don't know how to create the blessing? Hanji, boliye. Hanji? Being one with the divine. उसके लिए तो संकल्प क्रिएट ही नहीं करना. We already are. वो है, we are not there. So you start saying, I have a very beautiful personal relationship with the divine. I have, not I want. I have. I have. Anything else which we want to create a sankalp for? In the world. So what are we going to create a thought? It's a peaceful world, a world of harmony. Don't create fear. What happened is not comfortable. We know that. But now, if we keep creating the same thought that this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, then that will be the vibration that will radiate. And then that vibration will touch someone's mind. We have to create a thought that this will, what I have to create a thought? This will never happen again. This will never happen again. Everyone will be powerful, peaceful, every soul, every child. And why are we doing all this? We are doing this to make them powerful, right? We're doing this to make them powerful. So, very important is don't create fear in yourself. Only then your child will not create fear about going to school. Don't look at them and create panic. Oh, my child doesn't want to go to school. The more you will think that, the more you will say that. Yes, they have a fear, but that fear can be healed. But that fear can be healed if we are stable. Again, create that environment for that fear to get healed. But if we are going to keep on repeatedly saying the same thing, and then you pick up the phone and you're talking to somebody and you're saying the same thing, and then you're forwarding the same thing, and then you're reading the same thing, and then you're again speaking, thinking the same thing, how do you expect your child to heal that fear? They are, anyways, in that school where they're talking and hearing the same thing, right? So, one, first, meditate and pray daily for the souls. It's very important. Nobody paused to do that. Don't you think we have to meditate and pray daily for the souls who moved forward on the journey? Yes or no? Yes. We only talk about what happened. We don't talk about what we need to do for them now. So, who all do we need to heal with meditation and prayer? Who do we have to heal? Who do we have to heal? In the context of what has happened, who do we have to heal? First, ourselves, because then that vibration will radiate to them. Consciously, daily meditate and pray for, for those souls who've moved forward on their journey. Consciously meditate and pray for all the other souls who were around them and have gone through trauma. Don't keep on speaking repeatedly about the trauma. Keep on radiating the vibration which will help to heal the trauma. Don't add pain to the pain by the normal thinking. This is what happens. We think what has happened and then we raise the vibration of that fear and anxiety, and then the trauma becomes. So meditate and pray for those who went through the trauma. Meditate and pray for everyone in that school. Then meditate and pray for all the children so that all the minds become powerful, healed, strengthened to be back to creating a beautiful culture in school. And one person remaining. One person remaining whom we have to meditate for. Yes. We have to meditate for the soul who was a victim of something. And in that moment, we don't know the reason. We don't know the reason. But that soul is also a victim of something. So, should we meditate for them? Should we do that? We want to heal everyone who is in pain. And for that, two steps. First, don't keep repeatedly talking about the pain. Repeatedly talk about the healing, strengthening, so that you strengthen the world for it to never happen again. And that is the reason we have pledged that 45 days we are not going to consume content of violence. That's the least that we can do for that. Yes or no? What happened was just violence, right? But where did that violence come from? Where did that violence come to children from? So it's easy to put the finger and say they did that. But it's important to understand we contributed to creating that air for someone to get influenced and get affected to that extent. And so, if I really want to do something and I really want to finish this so that never anything happens ever again, then this is my pledge that 45 days I do it, and after that I change my sanskar and I never consume that kind of content. Whatever is happening on the planet, we are a part of it. We are a part of it, like the vibrations of the temple created by all give peace to someone who comes troubled. Similarly, vibrations of lust and violence on the planet created by, raise your hands, created by us. Influence someone where that vibration just doesn't remain in the thinking, but it overpowers the mind and the intellect, and it comes out into action. Whether it is vibration of lust coming out into action, whether it is vibration of violence coming out into action, whether it is vibration of ego coming out into action, whether it is vibration of greed coming out into action, everything on the planet which you want to change can be changed if we just stop consuming that content and stop creating those thoughts inside, radiating into the air, change the vibration of the planet to the temple energy. So that even if someone had a thought of anger or violence or terror, the vibration of peace will change their mind. That's how important our role is. We are not a spectator watching the news, seeing what's happening all over the world. We are a part of everything that's happening all over the world. And we are a part of creating the beautiful world. We can't put fingers on who's going to change the world. Who's going to change the world? I created it, so I will change it. I created it or no? How many of you believe you were part of creating what the world is today? Yeah. So who will change it? I. We can't say they will change, they will change, they will change. Waiting in November, who's going to win the elections, they will change. ऐसे नहीं होता है. That is a role. That is a role. That's a position to take charge of their responsibilities. But they cannot change the world. No role, no position, no person, no profession can change the world. It's only going to be done by me. And that's why we said, how many are ready to do that much to change the world? Just change your content. Just start spending time to changing your thinking. Just spend time meditating daily to raise your vibrations. Just shift from reacting to situations and just taking a pause and responding. Who creates our reaction? Who creates our reaction? We. Close your eyes, bring them on the screen of your mind, and just see them behaving the way they behave. And now see yourself reacting to that situation. What they are doing is not correct. Their behavior, their vocabulary is not correct. Their emotion is not correct. Agreed. But my reaction is my choice. I am the master of my life. They can be rude, they can be mean, they can be abusive, but they cannot enter into my mind and disturb me. Just check there. Can they enter into your mind and disturb you there? No. Okay, come back outside, everybody. Look at this. Anyone in your life, maybe a family member, maybe someone at work, they can repeatedly create that wrong behavior. A behavior which is rude, depleting, demeaning. They have the power to do that. But do they have the power to enter into your mind and disturb you? Think. Don't think of what other people are saying. Think. Do they have the power to enter into my mind and disturb me? Jay? Yes, abusive. To work on it is our power and choice. When to get out of it is also your choice. But before getting out of it, do one experiment to try and heal it. Have we tried that? And why do that? That is also true. Why to do that? Why should we heal other people? No, no, she's right in what she's saying. Why should I be there with someone who is not behaving right? First and foremost, again, put both your hands here. Here is a person not behaving right. and repeatedly not behaving right. And here is I who have to receive that incorrect behavior on a daily basis. If it is physical violence, move away. And one thing I'm telling you, people indulge in physical violence only till you allow them to indulge in that. People can exploit us only till we allow them to exploit us. So, somewhere we are playing our role there. Apart from that, if somebody is rude, wrong behavior, it's here. We are here. First, as a very detached observer, just look at this person who's not behaving right. What do you think? How is their state of mind? Just as a detached observer right now, this is your mind, which is a victim to their behavior. And this is their mind, which is creating that behavior. Which mind do you think is in more pain? Who is the victim here? We are being wronged. We are being wronged, and they are doing the wrong. If I am doing something wrong, even if forget all the abusive language and all, even on a day when you're just speaking in an irritated manner, okay? The day you are speaking in an irritated manner, what is it reflecting? That I am not in the best state of mind today. Doesn't it reflect that? The day you were in your best state of mind, you're not going to talk in that irritated manner. So, first and foremost, to remember that anyone who's behaving incorrect, they are the first victim in our family. They may sound as if the controlling, the dominating, the shouting, the screaming, but the one who is doing that is the main victim in the family. We have to live with them a few hours, a few minutes every day. They have to live with themselves 24 by 7. We can get a break from them and spend time with other people. They have to live with themselves 24 by 7. Now, we have two choices. Move away. Yeah, of course, easy option. The other option is if they are my family, if they are your neighbor, colleague, move away. Don't want to invest, it's okay, move away. But if they are your family, if they are your child, your partner, then just like we would take care of a physical illness, we can also take care of an emotional disease. Can we? Can we not? Would you move away if your partner was physically unwell? It can happen, no? We get married to somebody, everything is perfect. A few years later, serious accident on the bed. You're going to leave them and move away? They're probably going to remain on the bed for the next of their life. What are you going to do? Live with them? Are you going to live with them? Are you going to live with them? Probably never going to get up from bed. Another 50 years, you have to take care of them. You're going to live with them. If you're ready to do that, then the other one is easier than that. The other one is easier than that. It's just that physical disease is visible to this eye. Physical injury is visible to this eye. And so we say, they are not well. And what is my role? Caregiving. I love them. I care for them. Their family. We will all take care of them. Like we take care of a physical disease, the time has come there many are people around us maybe going through an emotional dis-ease, not a mental health issue. That is different. But many around us are going through a emotional dis-ease. Dis-ease matlab discomfort. It may come from a trauma in childhood. It may come from a past life trauma. It may come from possessiveness because they lost something. It may come from a thought that they were not loved in their childhood. A lot of reasons for that. Everyone's reason will be different. But there is some big trauma there. Any happy person doesn't behave like that. Any peaceful mind doesn't behave like that. So if I have that innate compassion and care to take care of somebody physically diseased, emotional is easier to do. Physical involves a lot. It involves time, money, energy, physical work. You probably have to quit your job, stay there. Physical involves a lot. And all of us have taken care of people when they're physically unwell. Emotional only involves one thing. First, to remember they are not causing me pain, they are in pain. Any difference between the two lines? The line is they are not doing wrong to me, they are doing wrong to themselves. They are not hurting me, they are abusing themselves. I am not a victim of their behavior. They are the first victim in my family. I don't even know what they are a victim of, but they are a victim. Only a victim will behave like that. So first, that is what that is going to do is going to detach you. Detach you in the sense their behavior will not trouble you. It goes like this. But if I say they are doing this to me, they are doing this to me, they are doing this to me, then it's no more about them, it's about me. But when I understand they are not doing this to me, they are this in their own mind. So first that separates me from them. I was with a program of nurses and they said, and I said, what's the cause of your stress? And they said, when the doctor gets angry. I said, Are, that is the cause of stress. You work hard, 24 hours, night shift. They said, no, that's not a problem. I said, patients behave erratic. They said, not a problem. They are not well because compassion comes natural for them. So they said, patient, no problem. They are not well. So I said, they are also not well. So I said, who is not well? I said, the doctor who gets angry with you, not well. Because actually, you're not well at that time. You're emotionally diseased. And the next day, a nurse calls me up. I will tell you how the mind works. And she calls me up and the next day and she says, it was very simple today. She said, again, they came and behaved the same way. They're a wonderful person, but gets angry. And she said, today I just looked at them and I said, oh, in your mind. I said, oh, they're not well. This is how you will smile when you say that. Earlier, the line was, they are shouting at me. See what happens to the energy? Do this. When I say they're doing this to me, so what do? I take their energy and put them into my system. They are not doing this to me. They are doing this there, there. And why are they doing this? Because they are not in the happy state. So she said, today when I looked at them and I just created a thought, they are not well, I was fine. But more important was the next line. She said, after that, I had a thought, what can I do for him? Compassion. Once I don't consume the pain, it becomes very easy to be compassionate. But when I say they are doing this to me, I'm not interested in what they are going through because now I'm nursing my wound. So people are not doing this to us. It's like if someone has an upset stomach and they throw up and you're sitting right next to them. Where's it all going to fall? On you. And if you're going to say, you spoiled my dress, you did this to me, then you're not even going to bother about what they are going through. But you don't bother about what they throw on you. You immediately say, are you okay? Do you need something? Because you know that they've not deliberately thrown it on you, they've just thrown it. So anything that people throw out is only what was their emotional indigestion. They are upset inside, they are troubled inside. Let's do a little experiment and heal them. But for that, you'll have to first energize yourself. How many people will we move away from? This is something that's going to become very common on this planet. How many people are you going to move away from? How many jobs are we going to quit? How many? Why not just learn, master the art of healing people instead? And while healing them, who's the first one who will keep getting healed? Me, myself, me, myself. So, what do I have to do for that? Again, put them on the left hand side, put yourself on the right hand side. First, look at them. They are not doing this to me, they are going through this themselves. A very big reason what people are going through is, of course, content. Second is vibration of the planet. And third, very important reason is their past life trauma. Look at what's happening in the world. Now, whatever is happening in the world, with all that karma and sanskar here, I, the soul, leave the costume. So, all that baggage is going to go with me, right? Will it go with me or not go with me? Yes. The other day, last month in India, I don't know whether you saw that video. Heavy rains, people were out for holidays, and there is this video which went viral about a family standing near a waterfall, in the middle of that waterfall, actually. Did you see that? It's really to understand what happens. So there they are standing in the middle of the waterfall, having a good time. There were about 7, 8 of them holding each other, children also. It's like a normal, typical holiday. Within a few seconds, that heavy gush of water and 2 or 3 of them just slipped out of the hand. Within a few seconds, the soul will leave the costume. What do you think? What emotion that soul is going to leave the costume with? This is just one of the things. Look at what all is happening on the planet. Just here I am with family, everyone is with me, and suddenly no one is with me. And what is the last scene that got recorded on my subconscious? Like this. What do you think? What emotion is that soul going to carry into the next costume? Fear. Fear of water. Fear of losing people. This fear of losing people will become a predominant sanskar of that soul. When that soul is in the child costume, the child would not want to be alone, will keep on clinging to the parent, will not want to stay in the dark. But the child will keep growing up with the same sanskar. But when that child, which means when that soul is in a 30-year-old costume or a 40-year-old costume, has a spouse, has children, has a family, that fear of losing people has still not gone because nobody healed it. Nobody healed it. And so just my fear of losing you starts making me possessive of you and controlling you. Fear does not always come as fear. Fear can come in very different dimensions in the outer world. So you will say they are doing wrong to me. You may want to move away from that kind of a controlling person, a possessive person. But if someone just comes and tells you, you know what, this soul left like this in the costume, now that is why they fear losing family. What will happen to your thought immediately? That's all. Compassion. Then you're not going to say, poor me. Then you're going to say, oh, they went through so much pain. Like we can help people overcome fear of water, we can help people overcome fears and insecurities, but it requires strength. But it requires strength. But the simplest way is start meditating in your house daily. Start raising the vibration of the house. Imagine living in a temple energy. You don't need to go and find every single trauma, heal every single trauma, heal every single sanskar. Don't need to do so much. Just change the energy of the house and healing will start happening. We are coming with past life traumas. Now imagine this soul who's coming with a past life trauma now comes and enters into the womb of the mother. and that mother is watching crime shows. No, this is how the pattern, this is what making things tougher. Garab sanskar, the womb period is the time when that soul should be healed of their past trauma and pain. And that is why, if you remember, when you were in the womb of your mother, what was your mother asked to do? Bhagwan ji ko yaad karo. Haan. Which means create only high vibrational thoughts. Because that mother, that parent, both creating high vibrational thoughts during those 9 months are actually healing that soul who has entered the womb of the mother, because that soul has seen death and come. That soul has left a family and come. And so those few months are healing energy. Nowadays, are those few months healing energy? What is it nowadays? The womb environment. And then we are saying children are stuck to screens. What was the mother doing in those few months? So the soul comes with pain and trauma, and in the womb also they're only consuming pain and trauma. That was pain and trauma of their life. This is pain and trauma of drama going on the screen. But for the soul, it's pain and trauma. And then, without being healed, the baby is born. And then the child is coming into this world where the air, anyways, has pain and trauma. So, where on this journey was the space for healing? So, now the only place where you can start healing them will be at home. You can't change the energy of the world. You can't change the energy of the content that they're consuming. The only thing that you can do is start providing high vibrational content and providing high vibrational space at home. Who's ready to do that for them? Who's ready to see see your family in a different perspective? They are not my child, my spouse, my parent, my sibling. They are a soul on a journey, very, very long journey. And on this long journey, we don't know what all they have seen and come. And most important, we and they have met before. And those karmic accounts are carried forward with us. So, how many karmic accounts will we just move away from? Even if we move away from people, we've not settled that karmic account. We will meet again. We will meet again. So, let's invest that little time and energy. Like we invested time and energy to create comfort outside, now we need to invest that time and energy to create comfort inside. But for that, we will need to put effort. But that effort is not effort, it's very simple because it makes life very easy. So, who's ready to be that one for their house? Every family needs only one person to do that actually. And when one does it, now it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. So, simple steps from today: one, content; second, food; third, sleep cycle. Wrong sleep cycle affects mood. Wrong sleep cycle is then creating anxiety and fear. Sleeping late, waking up late. What was it? Early to bed makes a person healthy, wealthy, wise. And today we've gone in. So everything going against nature will have an effect on the mind and the body and the relationships. So sleep cycle, content consumption, diet. And most important thing, start eating home cooked food. And as far as possible, fresh food. Because जैसा अन्न होता है वैसा मन होता है. Your children won't even know this line. As is the food, so is the mind. When you know this line, as is the food, so is the mind, just change the food, the mind will change. Eating out should only be for those rare days when we are traveling. You can't sit at home and say, I'm getting bored, let's order food. You're depleting them by ordering food. Ready to go back into the kitchen? Ready to go back into the kitchen? Home cooked food, cooked with prayers and meditation. And every kitchen should have a system where high energy words are playing throughout the day, 24 hours. Let it energize the water, let it energize the fruit, let it energize the pulses, let it just energize the home. And when you're cooking, state of mind should be highest. Don't cook with irritation, don't cook fatigued, I'm tired, but I still have to cook. Don't cook. Eat fruit and go to sleep. Yes, don't cook like that energy because that will influence everyone's mind. Just sit with yourself, meditate for a few minutes, tell yourself, what I'm going to do right now is going to change everybody's mind at home. Now go into the kitchen, and while you're cooking, along with your cooking, you're going to start saying something. What are you going to say while cooking? Chalo. While stirring, while cooking, keep adding. Powerful soul, peaceful soul, happy family, perfect at work, abundance wealth. Keep saying it with your food. मेरा घर तो स्वर्ग है ही है, वो तो बोलना ही है. Keep saying it while you're stirring. Keep saying it while you're cooking. And within a month, 2 months, see the family changing. When we are eating outside food, it's not cooked with blessings. They are in a hurry. They have to quickly cook, give it to you, and then cook for the next person. They don't have time to sit and put blessings for you. Second, it's been cooked for earning, not for giving. It's cooked for earning, not for giving. And third, it's cooked in a hurried manner. And fourth, that particular individual who's cooking for you, what's their state of mind today? So if they are anxious, they are irritated, they are angry, then everyone after eating that is going to start getting affected. So start changing the vibration of the food. And most important, the morning time needs to change at home. First hour when we wake up, we don't pick up the phone. 45 days. 45 days. Digital detox doesn't mean I'm not going to see the phone for 10 days. It just means an hour in the morning. That's it. The first hour, the subconscious mind is opened. It's not the time to consume the world, it's the time to create a beautiful world and influence the world. If there's anything urgent, they will call you. If there's anything urgent, they will call you. If they have not called you, nothing is urgent. Don't wake up first thing in the morning sending good morning to everybody. Honestly, there's no need, there's nothing in that. Instead, sit and meditate for them and radiate that good morning vibrations to everybody. Don't go to social media like. Don't. Let's not do that what everybody is doing. We don't need to please people by doing that. Let's do that which will raise our vibration, raise their vibration, and raise the energy of the planet. The time has come to be different. Cannot keep doing what everybody is doing without pausing to check what impact it is having. And first few minutes in the morning has to begin with meditation. Sit with yourself. Focus here. Start creating your sankalp. Connect to that divine power. The only way to charge the battery is by connecting to the powerhouse. So Raj Yoga means connecting to the highest power, connecting to that highest power. How many of you have learned Raj Yoga meditation? Come to the center. Very few. And a very beautiful center in your city. Very beautiful. And we must make use of these meditation spaces. Because to learn it and then to start doing it at home every single day. The other day, I was in a program, it was all doctors. They had come to the center in another city. And there's one cancer surgeon. He comes up on this stage and he says, my wife has been coming to this center daily. I have changed. So everybody looked at him, even I looked at him. I said, are you been coming to the center? So he said, no, I have not been coming to the center, but my wife has coming to the center. I have changed. And then he said, actually, everybody should come to the center and meditate. But my experience is if one person comes from the family, other people will change. Vibration. Vibration. It's simple vibration. Other people will change. So don't say, oh, everyone will come, so I will come. Just say, I am going to be that one who's going to create this wealth and comfort at home. I, the one, that one. So, how many of you would like to learn the Raj Yoga meditation? So, preferable date is a weekend or a weekday? How many are comfortable with the weekend, which means just 2 hours? Weekend. So, should we plan for next weekend before Navratri? Before Navratri. So, next weekend is 21st, 22nd. How is the time of 10:30 in the morning? Is the morning 10:30 better or evening 5:30 better? Please raise your hands, morning better. Good. See why we are doing it this way? Because we're going to do what time suits you. See, now we can't get that specific, 9 and 7 and everything. Hindi, English? English. Everybody comfortable with English? Done. When this time is not what suits everybody, what you have sent. Now we'll do what time suits everybody. So 21st, 22nd, morning, 10:30. How many would want to do it next week? And we choose the venue accordingly. If all of you plan to come, we probably can even do it in the same temple here. How many feel we can do it here? How many will come if we do it here? Didi किधर है? Hmm? Today? Next weekend? Huh? How many want to do it in the evening? No, morning has more numbers, but then you can call up the center and then you can do evening also. But morning, because there are more numbers, Didi will talk to everybody and then we can do it in the same place. ठीक है? Didi किधर है? She there? Where? जी? Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, Sunday. We will do once, first we will do the meditation course for you, and then we will do a short program for children. How many feel we should have a program for children? करे 21st 22nd सुबह यहाँ पर. हाँ. So we have your phone numbers, I think, in the registration. We create a WhatsApp group of that, send you the details of the Raj Yoga course for next weekend, and time to time also send you a little Gyan paragraph to keep studying and to keep repeating. How many would want to receive that? Very good. So Didi says she's perfectly fine with next weekend doing it here, provided she gets permission to use the premises if there is no other event happening on the same day at the same time. So today is Saturday. We have taken email, not phone numbers. Okay. How many of you want it on email but not on WhatsApp? I feel always WhatsApp is easier if we create a group of everybody. So your number will not be misused. What would be nice today is if you want it, tomorrow morning, just send your number on email. Send your name and number on email. It will not be used repeatedly, just for informing you of the course. And most important, we'll keep sending you a little nice paragraph of revision of the Gyan once in a week or so. Is that okay with using that number? So those who want that they should remain in touch for programs for their children, for program on a festival, please send your WhatsApp number on email tomorrow. Okay. Let's take a minute of silence. Registration form. Okay, there's a registration form on the website also. You can put your number there also. And what's the website? bkatlanta.org is in your leaflet. What is available on Zoom? Yes, those who are not in town, they will do it on Zoom. But those who are in town should not do it on Zoom. It's about vibration. It's about energy. Come, let's sit straight. Has everybody created their sankalp today? Everyone's created for their situation. Should we just write down a few which we can do every single day? Just type or record. Let's just do a few which we're going to do every single day from today. Generic. First, I am a powerful soul, which means I will respond right in every situation. Second, I am happy always. Don't repeat, record or write so that you remember. You need to write it out. Third, I am calm and stable always. Fourth, I am fearless, I am confident. Fifth, leave it blank. This is going to be your personal one. And this personal is not about what you want to change outside. This personal is about what you want to change in your sanskars, in your personality trait. The vocabulary is very important. I am, fill in the blank, the new nature. The new nature. Let's say I have the habit of getting upset by other people's behavior. Then I will say, I am detached and I'm untouched by people's behavior. Next, my mind and body is perfect and healthy always. One line blank for any personal health issue. Along with body, you should say my mind and body. Next, relationship. I accept everyone, everyone accepts me. My relationship stands strong on trust and respect. Simply put, I get along well with everybody. In case I'm having any issue with anybody, relationship, write their name, and say, they and me get along extremely well. Our normal thinking was, we're not getting along well. We're having a problem. Now the thinking will be, we're getting along extremely well. Anything to release and forget from the past, write it out. I forgive, I release, I let go. I forgive, I forget, I release, I let go. One, you can write for your professional life. Whatever you want to achieve 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line, 5 years goal, whatever. I have already filled in the blank. And last, God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. Please do this every single day. Visualize a white divine light energy circle around you. You know why we have to draw this higher energy circle around us? Why do we have to do this? What's the energy around us? What's the energy around us? It's lower energy. If you envelop yourself with a higher energy protection shield, lower energy will not enter into that. Higher energy from you will influence everybody. It's like that COVID PP kit. Wear it. and then walk into the COVID ICU, which means there is virus everywhere around you, but you've worn the protection shield. So we are in public places, we are in offices, we are breathing the air of this planet. But we want to remain untouched and influence and empower the planet. So God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. Now you can add any one issue of your life that you want to heal, put it there. For any person with any particular sanskar around you, you can put an affirmation for them saying they are respectful, they are polite, their every decision is accurate, whatever you want them to create. Your blessing is their healing. Your blessing is their healing. Your thought will change their destiny. We do this first thing in the morning. Wake up, open your eyes. I am a powerful soul. Don't wake up and say, I'm late. Never begin with a lower vibrational thought. Life is perfect. Today's meeting is going to be a beautiful experience. Everything, everything will have to be on this energy. Simple. Don't think what is going to happen. Don't think what happened. Think what you want should happen and it shall start happening. That is called Sankalp Se Siddhi. So, first thing in the morning, last thing before going to sleep. The two times when the subconscious mind is open. Perfect way would be just to keep a little diary next to your pillow and write it out before going to sleep. Every day with your date, write out the same thoughts, same thoughts, same thoughts, same thoughts every day. Coding starts happening here. The brain programming also starts changing. Medical science today calls it neuroplasticity. Earlier, they used to say it's in the genes, you cannot change. Now they say you can change. You can change. So, before going to sleep, first thing in the morning, two times. Next, before your meals. We were all taught to pray before we eat. So, just take your plate, look at your food, gratitude. I'm a powerful soul. I'm always happy, perfect, healthy, relationships beautiful, success certain, God's power and blessings, circle of protection around me. Start eating. Do it for 1 week. After that, it'll become a natural way of doing. To begin with, even if you forget doing it and you start eating, stop midway and do it. Food and water has deep impact. So don't do only in the morning and the night and then say, but it's not happening. The water is the water of the city. You can say, I'm a happy soul, the city has stress. जिस शहर का पानी पिएंगे वैसे बनते जाएंगे. पूछते ना कौन से शहर का पानी पीते हो, which means which city water you're drinking, because that has the vibrations of the city. So just take 3 seconds, hold a glass of water like this. Just visualize glass of water in your hand like this. करो एक बार. Even if you're sitting with 20 people around you, if you don't want to look at it and do it, no problem. Nobody will come to know what you are doing. Just hold your glass of water and just say, I'm a pure divine soul. That water has come from a city with lust, anger, greed, ego. Opposite. I'm a pure divine soul. I'm powerful. I'm perfect, healthy, success. Clean. Clean the vibration. So, before going to sleep, first thing in the morning, 3 meals, 5, 6 glasses of water. Only water. It doesn't work on anything else. No, it doesn't. So, don't do all that. Only water. And when we do it this about 8 to 10 times in a day, coding will start happening. Anything repeated 8 to 10 times in a day, whether negative, whether positive, it will become a reality. It will become a reality. So let's start the experiment tonight. First, with your plate of dinner. Then, just before going to sleep. Then, first thing in the morning. 1 week will need to be little attention. After that, it's into the system. Then you will say your sankalp just like you will wash your hand before eating. Does anybody ever eat without washing their hands? No. So simply, we never eat without changing the energy. If don't have time and I have to do one out of the two, I will rather eat with those hands without washing, but not do it without changing the vibration of the food. This is physical infection. That is vibrational infection. So you will never miss it, not even in the middle of the night with a glass of water. Chale, come to the center of the forehead now here. So in most probably next Saturday, Sunday is fixed for meditation course. Hmm? Only the venue you will get the details on email. Visualize tiny point of light in the center of the forehead. I, the being, the creator of my every thought. I am the creator of my every emotion. I am the creator of my life. I am the creator of my destiny. I am the creator of the vibration of the planet. I am the powerful being. My every thought is a blessing. My every thought heals people. My every thought heals my body. My every word is a blessing. My words can change their destiny. I am divine soul. Purity is my personality. Purity is my personality. Take this moment to choose one individual, one soul whom you are going to heal for the next 1 month. While doing everything that you are doing, while working, just with your thoughts, sending healing energy. Any one soul you want to heal, see what is their pain and trauma, see what is their behavior, and the blessing is going to be you are a pure, powerful, peaceful soul. Whichever sanskar you want to heal in them, you add that in the blessing. And next 45 days, healthy content, vegetarian diet, morning first hour, personal time, no phones, and beginning the meditation program next weekend. And truly celebrating Navratri, not just worshipping the divine power, but invoking that divine power within. Not just burning the Ravan outside, but finishing the Ravan within. Not just lighting the diya outside, but lighting the power to give healing energy within. Not just celebration a few days, but making life a celebration. I am the divine being. For the next few minutes, as we walk out, Let's walk out in absolute silence and spend the next 10-15 minutes while you're driving home just with yourself, fixing your blessing for everyone, creating your blessing for yourself, just looking at family in a different perspective. They are not just spouse and children, they are soul on a journey. I don't know what all they have gone through. I'm here to empower them, to heal them. So spend the next 10-15 minutes before you reach home. Create a shift so that life is not going to be the same from today. I am the powerhouse of my family. Absolute silence for the next 15 minutes while we are driving home. We will not all get up together. It will take just 5-10 minutes to empty the hole, but it will be done in a very divine, silent manner. Last 5 rows. 5 rows at the back will start walking out in silence. 5 rows sitting down on the mat. Absolute silence. Please send an email and send your number, or please register on the website bkatlanta.org and register your number. Next 5 rows at the back. 5 rows sitting on the mat. There is prasad prepared for all of you. It has been prepared by the sisters with lot of love and blessings. Next 5 rows at the back, and everyone sitting on the floor. Come to the center with them. Silence, silence. Next 5 rows. Next 5 rows. We have 5 minutes to vacate the hall. There is a Garba program here today, right? So you have to go dress up and come back. 5 minutes. Om Shanti. Silence. Everyone. It's silence. We need to vacate the hall.
Yeah, it's on. Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Didi has to leave. You want to get her book? You can get her book. Yeah.